Hello everyone, I'm Uberswe and today we're building a potion brewery using the create mod. I will not be using any add-ons and this will work in version 6.0 as well as in most past and hopefully future versions of the create mod. This build is part of my 30-day build challenge where I'm doing 30 different builds with each build taking no more than one real life day to complete. Each build also has to fit in this 25 by 25 block area and I will make sure that everything is survival friendly so that you can build this in your world. I begin by making a kind of random shape with stone bricks in different variations. And then for the inside, I am using spruce planks and spruce wood for decorations. And there we go, we kind of have the layout of the floor here. And over here in the center of this area, I kind of want to put a mixer down. So to make room for this, I'm just gonna clear this out a little bit. And we're gonna put a block of spruce planks right there. And then we're just gonna go in a circle, or I guess technically we're going in a square here. And then we're gonna put a blaze burner right there. And we need this blaze burner to basically heat our basin, which is gonna go on top of the blaze burner. That's needed for potion brewing. And to brew our potions, we're gonna put a mixer right here like so. And then I'm just temporarily, so later we'll automate this, but temporarily I'm just gonna use a hand crank so that I'm able to mix this. And then we can use a lava bucket to give our blaze burner some fuel. And one lava bucket is gonna like heat that up for 15 minutes, I believe. Just to give an example of how potion brewing works, we can take a bucket of water and just put it in the basin like so. And then we'll take some nether wart and throw it in there. And now if we do this and we do a little bit of mixing, we should see a potion being brewed. So now you can see basin contents, awkward potion. So we just made one bucket of awkward potion. To get our potion out of our basin, we can use a pipe. And we also need a pump. We'll place that right there. And then we'll just have our, pipe going up like this. And then we'll put a spout onto that pipe. And then we'll have a depot just like so. And then a glass bottle can be placed right there. And now if we grab a cog, and this is going to be a little bit awkward, but we put a hand crank in there and we turn this, you'll see the awkward potion is going to go out of our basin and into the spout up there. Now we have a bottle of awkward potion. And also if we have several glass bottles, it will keep filling it until it runs out of potion. So now we took the entire bucket that was in here and we emptied it into our bottles here. That's the basics of how potion brewing works in Create, but I want to make this a little bit more useful for my setup. So what I'm going to do is we're going to remove all of this and we're going to dig down. Well, let's actually remove this for now because we're going to be using this space. And then we're going to put a pipe right here and have it go down like this. And then we're going to put a mechanical pump just like so. So it's kind of hidden down here. And then I'm going to use a wrench to turn it in the other direction. And then we're going to keep the pipe going up this way, just like so. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a fluid valve right here. And with the fluid valve, we can open and close our pipe. So now it's closed and then we do that and now it's open. Might be better to do from this side. So here we go. Now it's open and then we do this. And now it's closed. So by shifting, I can change the direction that I'm spinning this in and we can open and close our valve. And then I'm going to put a fluid tank on top of there. And then we kind of have a spot to store our fluids. So we can make like an awkward potion in here and we can store it off here. Okay, let me just show you what I mean. So we'll put a water bucket in here again. We'll throw some nether wart in there. Oh yeah, forget about the fuel there. We'll go ahead and mix it. Da-da-da-da-da. There we go. We got awkward potion here. And then we can place a cog here and a cog here. And we'll put our hand crank here. We'll make sure that this valve is open. And then we can pump our awkward potion into that fluid tank right there. And there we go. You can now see that we have one bucket out of 24 of awkward potion. So now we could use this to store more awkward potion, or we can create a couple of more tanks. Let me do that real quick. Okay, so I set up 2 more tanks. We still have our awkward potion in this tank here. And let's say we went ahead and we put some more water in here with some netherwort, and we made some more awkward potion. And then we threw in some blaze powder in here as well, and we mixed that up. And now you can see we have potion of strength in here. Now we don't want that to go into this valve, so whoops, that's not what we want to do. I almost had an accident, and we haven't even built our brewery yet, and we almost had an accident. Okay, so we close this valve, and then we'll go ahead and open this valve instead. And now we can turn this hand crank here, and you'll see, since that's the only valve that's open there, that means our potion of strength is going to go into that tank. And there you go. Now we have 1 bucket of potion of strength here, and we have 1 awkward potion in here. And our basin is now empty, so we could put more water in here and, you know, make some more awkward potion or something. Now, one fun thing that I want to show you is that you can actually use some copper casing for decoration here. So if you see a pipe like the one on here, you can right click with copper casing and it's gonna like encase that pipe, and it doesn't cost anything even in survival. So you can just do this for free without spending any actual casing. So I'll just do that on all my pipes here, and then we're going to put back some planks here and there. You know, I'll probably come back and tidy this up later. And we're also going to be automating our power here. So we're going to be getting rid of the hand cranks later. Speaking of which, we should set up some lava automation so that we don't have to go and get lava buckets from somewhere far away to feed our blaze burner. I think it would be good to have a lava farm here inside this building. So I went ahead and I cleared out a area over here where we could have a fireplace, and inside the fireplace, I thought, why not have our lava farm? So we can place six cauldrons right here, just like so. And then we want to go up 1, 2 blocks here, and we'll build like a little platform. And this is going to be temporary, like the look. I'll probably come back and, you know, make it look a little bit nicer later. But basically we want an enclosure here so we can put lava up here. And this is basically a vanilla farm, or this is basically a vanilla lava farm, but we're going to be using pipes to pull the lava out of the basins. So we'll put a pipe here, and we got to dig out this, or how do I want to run this? I think we can run this up above maybe. And then we'll have this going like at ceiling level into the room here. And we'll have some kind of mechanical pump, which is going to allow us to, you know, pump out the lava from the basins. So there we go. This is temporary as well. We're going to be powering that very soon. We need a spout. And then the basin here, just like so. And then, oh yeah, look, we already have some lava. But basically, we'll be powering this mechanical pump here, and we can do that with our hand crank. And it should pull lava out of our basins. And remember, pumps can pull, I think, 15 blocks, and they can also push 15 blocks. So if your pipe is longer than 15 blocks, the pipe or the pump is not going to work unless you have 2 pumps, basically. So 1 pump every 15 to 30 blocks. And you can see we now have 1 bucket of lava here, and we pulled out 2 buckets. Interesting. I guess maybe we have some lava stuck in our pipe somewhere. Oh yeah, and you can also right click with your wrench anywhere to see if your, you know, pipe contains anything. So if you do this, maybe you'll see some lava showing up. Yeah, there we go. We got lava flowing into our spout. And then it goes back when we stop pumping. So I don't know, maybe a bucket disappeared or something. But let's say we have an empty bucket. We can now put it on our depot here, and our spout is going to fill that bucket. And then we can just, well, for now we can hand crank this, but later we'll use like a water wheel or something to power this, so we don't have to do this manually. And then if we put another bucket under the spout there, we're going to be able to fill another bucket. With this setup, with this farm here, and some automation of that pump, we'll have infinite buckets of lava to just feed our blaze burner infinitely to keep him happy. If we grab some glass bottles now, we can place them here on the depot. And then, you know, depending on which potion we want, so let's say potion of strength, we can go ahead and open this and then give it some power. And now our potion of strength will be transferred to this spout here. There we go. And oh dear, 178 millibucks are in here, 488 are in here. That was interesting. Let's see if we can transfer every last bit of that. There we go. See, now we have 0 in here and we have 0 in here, so that's empty. So basically 1 bucket is 3 bottles. We can also open this now, and we'll go ahead and close this. Basically, you don't want to get your fluids mixed inside the pipes, because that's not good. Bad things can happen if you mix fluids. And once we have this set up properly, we'll have some automatic power here, and all you'll be doing is opening valves. But there you go. Now you can see we have potions of strength, we have awkward potions, and we also have 58 glass bottles. Okay, now I've shown you the basics of how the potion brewery works. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of magic, and we're going to decorate this. I'm going to readjust some of the things here, but pretty much it's all going to be the same. And then I'll come back and I'll explain how everything works and everything I did, so you can replicate this in your world. And ta-da! Our potion brewery is now done. Now, looking at the outside, I decided to add a netherwort farm out here, just so we have infinite amounts of netherwort, shall we need it. You tend to need a lot for potion brewing. And I also decorated with dark oak and oak logs, which is kind of, I don't know, a high contrast, but I quite liked it. And then for the roof, I used deep slate on the outside, and of course a ton of oxidized copper, which might be a little bit expensive. You could use, you know, some other kind of colorful block, but I really liked the copper for this since we're using so much copper inside with the pipes and everything. I also took the dripstone lava farm that we had and turned it into a chimney, and it actually has smoke on the inside too with campfires. So let me go and show you what I did in here. So here you go. This is our brewery. I decided to space these out a little bit. It got a little bit too tight to have them right next to each other. So now they have plenty of space. We still have our spout here, and we have our mixer here in the middle. And I put the pump here so that we can easily switch directions, just like this, if we need to, you know, bring, fluids back into our basin to mix more, like awkward potion back to mix with like blaze powder or something like that. We can just like flip this. And our lava farm is now automated, so we can just place our buckets there and we'll get infinite lava buckets. And you can see it's still back there, but now it's behind the campfire, so it's a little bit hidden. It's quite a thick fireplace, but you know, when you come into the building, you don't really notice that there's a lava farm back there. So it's very well hidden. I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. And in here, I kind of decorated a little bit. I also put a water source here, so you can just grab the middle block and you have infinite water. And then if I show you the upstairs here, I decorated with, you know, making this like a storage room here. And if we look back here, you can see we have a water wheel on top of the house. So like inside the roof, we have this water wheel. And that's what's giving the power to everything inside our house. And then I used like some cogs to speed up the rotation. And that's it. Like it's a really simple house, and it's used for brewing potions. So I really enjoyed this build. I think this is probably the best interior decoration I've done so far. So, you know, I'm trying to improve things and just do things better. Please do let me know in the comments down below what you think of this build. I want to give a huge shout out to all my amazing Patreon supporters who helped me pursue projects I never thought were possible before. To everyone still watching, thank you. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a like and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more of my content. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.